What's up? What's up? Peace and light to all of you. It's me, Traveling Sister, and I'm back with another video. Yay! So this video is going to be a multiple part Q&A because I did get a lot of emails, a lot of questions, which I thank you guys because, like I said in the previous video, I want to answer your questions. So here I am doing just that. All right. So I'm going to just jump right into it and start off. This is in no particular order. I didn't really organize the questions, so I'm kind of just going to be doing random, answering of them. All right. Baby stores. That's one of the first questions I got. Are there baby stores? Yes, there are plenty of baby stores out here, especially in Dar es Salaam, but up here in Arusha too. There are a lot of baby stores, and they pretty much have the same things that you would find in any baby store in America. Everything from different bottles to onesies to walkers to diaper rash cream, different diapers, wipes, everything, walkers, all of that. Like anything you need for a baby, you can definitely find out here. That's our dog. We got a dog, by the way. How are you adjusting to family input on raising Zora, and what are the customs? So to speak honestly, there hasn't been too much family input on how I'm raising Zora. They do know that I'm American and that my customs are different. So say for instance, it is customary to be in the house 90 days, up to 90 days with your kid. And only bring the child out the house when you need to go get the vaccines or shots or, a doctor's visit, but not me. I am mobile. I be on the move, okay? So I feel like I don't have time to be up in the house for 90 whole days. No. So that's something different. And another thing I found interesting, people don't bend their baby at the waist. Like, okay, say I have Zora right here, right? And I sit her on the table, like her butt on the table, and let her little legs hang over, and I talk to her. It's not like if people out here see you do that, they're like, oh no, you're gonna break the baby's waist. And I never understood that, but it's customary out here to keep your baby just straight, straight up and down, swaddle the baby up and stuff. So yeah, like I was saying, it's not customary to sit the baby on her butt. They usually have babies swaddled up and just in an upright position for the whole first 3 months. And I don't know. It's just little different things. But yeah, we're adjusting. Okay, so is Rastafarianism big there? I have to say I met a few Rastafarians. Most of them are in Zanzibar and in Dar es Salaam. I haven't met any Rastafarians who actively practice the religion up here in Arusha. But the ones that I have met in Zanzibar and in Dar es Salaam, I don't want to go and call nobody like a Rastafarian that isn't practicing. So most Rastafarians that I know don't eat meat, and everybody out here eats meat, even the Rastafarians that I know. Just like little stuff, I don't know if they necessarily practice it by the book, you know what I'm saying? But there is a Rastafarian community out here. Does your fiance speak English? Absolutely, because I do not speak Kiswahili. I speak Kidogo, very little Kiswahili. I'm learning more and more every day. But yes, he definitely speaks English. And to touch on that, a lot of people do speak English out here, but it is not the primary language. The primary language is Kiswahili. And most of the people you find that speak English are, to speak very good English, they have went to private schools and stuff that make that mandatory, make English a mandatory language to study. So yes, That's why he speaks English, and he speaks very good English. So, how many African Americans do you think are in the area where you live? Not that many. I can honestly count on one hand how many African Americans or black people of the diaspora in general that I've met out here. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say 5. I've met 5 black people not from Africa since I've been here in Tanzania. Some of them were going to school, some of them had moved out here just like I did, but yeah, it's not a lot. Okay. How many in Tanzania, in my opinion? I would say that just based off of the people that I've met, I would say that number is pretty small. I'd probably say, if we're going by percentages, I'd probably say like 1%. For real. Like, it's not a lot. Okay. Is the process complicated for foreigners, African Americans, to buy and own property as a non-resident or citizen? Now, I kind of touched on this in one of my videos. How complicated the process is all depending on who you know, okay? Because my fiance and we bought some land not too long ago, well, sometime last year in Morogoro, and it wasn't complicated at all because my fiance is Tanzanian. Now, if you're coming out here as a foreigner and you don't know any local people and you don't know really like the process of it, then it can get complicated. It can be lengthy paperwork. It can, you might just end up being overcharged for land, or not necessarily overcharged, but charged more than a local person would be charged for some land, you know. But the process, you know, one thing you want to make sure when buying land is that that land that you're buying doesn't belong to the government, or, you know, that land is free and clear. That when you sign the documents, when you get the land, that you're going to own it free and clear. It doesn't have any liens on it by the government. And what you want to do is you want to bring someone out there to measure the land exactly, and you want to put markers on the land to notate exactly where your land begins and where your land ends. You know, like, don't just go by somebody saying, oh, you see where that tree is? That's the end of this land. No, homie, I'm gonna need you to measure exactly from what point to what point my land begins and ends. That's something important. How I've seen people buy land out here, and the process that I'm more familiar with is, you know, you tell someone who you know you're looking for land, and usually how it goes is they know someone who knows someone, or they have land themselves that they're trying to sell, and you guys go take a look at the land, you bargain on a price, and they draw up paperwork with the village leader. And now the village leader has to be involved because everywhere in Tanzania here, like every district is a part of some village, one way or another. And so if you want to purchase land in a certain area, you have to meet with the village leader and, you know, discuss the price of the land, the village leader and the owner, and you guys discuss as a whole the price of the land, possibly what you're going to be doing on the land, you know, stuff like that. I can't really give you a super in-depth thing about buying land. Babe, can you hand me her washcloth, please? I can't really give you a super in-depth, you know, detailed procedure in buying land because, you know, it really is different for everyone. It's going to be a different process for me because I have my fiance who, you know, obviously helped with that process. But as a foreigner, I know there are some loopholes that you're going to encounter. So, I want to move, but I have student loans. How can I still pay them? Now, that's something that you're going to have to set up online with whoever you have student loans with, Sally Mae, you know, whoever. And I know for sure that they have an option to take the money straight out of your bank account, or, you know, you can pay them online with a debit card. Yeah. That rolls into this next question. Will debt follow me to Tanzania? Absolutely. Debt will follow you to Tanzania. And I recommend somehow paying up on your bills or whatever before you come out here. Now, in researching the answer for this question, I did run across an article. I think I'm going to put the link in the description below. But it's an article on Vice where it's called Debt Dodgers. And it's basically where people moved from America to Europe and to other countries dodging their student loans. And the thing is, like, the conclusion of this article is saying that you might be able to get away with it if you plan to never return to America again, because the credit system that we use in America is only specific to America. Like, they're not going to care about your credit score if you move to Australia or out here. Like, you know, long as you have the money to back up whatever you're trying to buy, yeah, then, I mean, you're good. Now, if you want to go back to America and your credit is messed up, then you're screwed. You know, like, it's not wise. It's not a wise decision if you know, bail out on your debt and then you plan to come back to the States. But it's all up to you, you know. Okay, are you planning to buy this house, and how would you plan on doing so? This question is referring to the house in the previous video, this house that I'm in right now, that I gave you guys a tour of. And no, we are not planning on buying this house. We're just renting right now until we get our own home built. But how you would plan on doing so, like if we did want to buy this house, we have a landlord, just like, you know, any place in America, you have a landlord / owner, you know, because not all the time in America the landlord is the owner. But out here, the landlord is the owner. And we would just talk to him like, hey man, we love this house. We want to buy it. We want to see, you know, how much it would cost. And you guys would come up with an agreement, draft up the paperwork, go to the local law office and everything, draft up the paperwork, and come up with a deal. You could either probably pay kidogo, little by little, or you could, if you have that type of money, you can just put all of it down at once. Bam. Farmland to build a house. Hold on. Farmland to build a small house and do small farming. I'm not sure, because I copy and pasted this directly from my emails and directly from the comments. So I'm guessing they're saying, is it easy to buy farmland and build a small house and do small farming? Yes, very easy. And yeah, super easy. And it wouldn't be expensive depending on where you buy farmland. But most of the time out here, farmland is not that expensive, especially if you're doing small farming, which you're gonna need an acre or less. If you're doing small farming, like enough to be self-sufficient, you know, to sustain yourself. Super easy. And you could really get it, like a house built, a small, like single family home, 1 or 2 bedrooms. You can really get that built in what, like 3 months, 3 months or less. And get it popping. Plant you some fruits and veggies. Yep. And speaking of houses real quick, like I recommend that if you get a house built, which when we build our home, we're gonna put solar panels on, so we don't necessarily have to pay Tanesco. Is it called Tanesco? Yeah. So we don't have to pay Tanesco for a electricity bill. And I know people were wondering how much is water and electricity out here. Now, for the water, we just got our water bill today, and we're actually on the same water meter as our landlord, which lives right above us on the hill. And our half was $17,000. I mean, 17,000 T shilling for 2 months. Now, 17,000 T shilling is roughly $8. Yeah, it's like roughly $8. And that's for 2 months. Right, I know, girl, I know. So that's like $4 a month, which is unheard of. Y'all already know. I don't even gotta explain to y'all, you know. But yeah. Now electricity, did he say anything about electricity? We don't have an electrical bill yet, so we don't know. But like I said, I would recommend that whatever you do, you you try to get solar panels built like onto your house. And it's not that expensive. Well, I can't say it's not that expensive because I have no idea what the prices are in America for solar panels, but it's not as expensive as I thought it would be. What kind of work does your husband do? Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. What kind of work does your husband do? My husband is a man who wears many hats, okay? By training, he's a teacher, a history teacher. So he was teaching in a local college for a little bit, and he's also a tour guide, and he also works with gemstones. So he does a lot, okay? He really does. He does a lot. Right now, he's primarily working with gemstones and working with the timber business. So yeah, he's a hustler. What could you get for $500 a month? Now, those are very good questions. You could get a grand old place for $500 a month. Like, I'm talking like mini mansion. Hey, mama. You can get basically a mini mansion, like 4, 5, maybe 6 bedroom house, 2 or 3 story house, like almost brand new built for $500 US a month. Especially out here in Arusha, because Arusha rental prices are a little cheaper than Tanzania. Than Dar es Salaam. So my fiance just kind of corrected me on the bit about the land. So, and I read this somewhere too, but I'm not sure. The law is just kind of unclear to me, but foreigners are not necessarily allowed to own land. They're allowed to rent the land, and you can lease the land up for some years or whatever, but foreigners are not allowed to own land. Again, I'm pretty sure there's a loophole somewhere in there, but as the standing law, that's what that is, okay? Now, shipping stuff and tariffs, all right? Okay, I know if y'all been watching my videos for a long time, in one of my earlier videos, I told you about how I paid $32 for a bottle of tahini. That's that big, right? And the bottle itself was $7, but the shipping, that's where it really killed me, okay? And I got it on eBay, and yeah, so to get stuff out here is a whole lot of money. I shipped a 20-pound box out here for $160 some. And on top of that, okay, when you come and pick something up from your P.O. box or the post office out here, Tanzania has tariffs on stuff that come in, so depending on how big the box is, and more importantly, when you're filling out the shipping form, right, and you put at the bottom approximation about how much the stuff inside is worth. I wrote about $200, like the stuff inside was worth about $200, and that was not the right thing to do. Write $25 because they tax you according to how much you say your stuff is worth. Now, that can be like a good or bad thing, because let's say you end up losing your package, right? Like the mail system lost your package and you take out insurance on it. Now, if you go through that lengthy process of trying to get reimbursed for your lost package or your damaged package, you're only going to get $25, right? Instead of the full value that you could have wrote on the shipping form. So you have to decide whether you want to pay that money to the Tanzanian tariff, whatever, taxes and whatever, or take that risk and write $25. Really though, I'll probably take the risk because I'm frugal. And do we have neighbors? Yeah, we have neighbors. We have a whole bunch of neighbors. When I did that like mini village walkthrough, the house across the street, the house up there, the house down there, like we have a whole bunch of neighbors. Okay? Can you film in an actual Tanzanian restaurant? Yeah, if you talk to the owner and you talk to the staff and make sure it's okay with them, like, you know, if you're just, you know, with a big old camera. I have a DSLR, that's what I record on, like, a Canon 7D. Now if I have one of those, if I walk in there with a DSLR, they're gonna know, oh, she's doing photography or she's filming something, you know. But if you have like a discreet camera phone, like how I did in the supermarket, they don't care. And I would like to do a little bit of shooting inside of the restaurant so you guys can see what the local food is like. I realize that I've done all these videos and I have not shown you guys enough local food, right? Like, it's crazy. And I'm gonna do that. That's something that will be in the very near future. And I'm thinking about, I'm actually thinking about doing like a segment where at least like once or twice a month, you know, eventually getting up to once a week, doing like a Tanzanian dish and doing Chaga dishes. And Chaga is the tribe that comes from Kilimanjaro, and that's what my fiance is. He's a Chaga man, and they have certain types of foods that are specific to Chaga people, and he knows how to make all of them. That was my beaded curtains, you guys. But he knows how to make all of these dishes, and so I'm like, why keep it to myself? I need to be showing the good world. So you guys, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. I do have a lot of questions to answer still, but I don't want this video to be too long, and I want you guys to stay tuned. So, yep, this is the end of part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please keep them questions coming. I'm here, y'all. You know, between me being a new mom, you know, trying to get our house settled in and everything, we still have a little bit of work to do, but you know, we're getting there. We're making it a home. Yeah, so in between doing all that, taking care of house and home, I'm definitely going to be doing videos. And I know it's probably been about 2 weeks since I put up the last video, and I'm trying to be more consistent with that. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff going on lately, so I haven't been able to make the videos like I want to, but that's gonna change, all right? So I love y'all, and y'all know what it is. Keep them emails coming. Peace. Oh, and I'm not out of here yet. Quick side note. We are getting married December 22nd of 2018, and yo, if any of y'all watching this happen to find yourself in Tanzania, please come to the wedding. Y'all are more than welcome. This is an official invitation, you know, from me and my fiance and the family. Like, come on, come through, turn up with us. It's gonna be, oh my God, it's gonna be so nice. Like, we're in the planning process right now, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yes, official invitation. If you're in Tanzania, December 22nd, 2018, be there, okay? Make it. Peace.